And if you'd have told me in April of 2020, by this time, in like less than a year, you'd be like seriously considering the Inferno, I'd be like, yeah, you're full of shit.
Looks like it's curtains, boys. One more fucked up, one more no tank, and it's over.
I know what you're thinking, and I'm definitely not purposely avoiding the Inferno. I would never do that.
Uh-oh, we misclicked. We're fucking dead. There's no way we tanked those, boys. God damn it.
My PB is wave 60. I died on wave like 35.
Oh, no. Damn it, dude. I was a tick too late running away. Motherfucker.
I died on wave 53 because I can't count to 1.
I can't believe it. I was a tick late moving to the shield.
Died on wave 61 because I Oxie clicked my way through a boss.
I can't believe I'm that bad, dude. There's no way I Oxie clicked the brain prayer, man.
Like good to go, like this was it. This was the cape. And I missed a prayer switch on single chat.
I'm dead. I'm fucking dead. Are you kidding me? I was a tick late. No.
Every day I'm not in the Inferno, I feel like I'm losing progress. But I am being consumed by the Inferno at this point.
Yeah.
And it feels like shit.
Yeah.
Like I said last week, and now even more so. It's coming.
Don't attack.
Come on, Tebow, please. Tebow, please.
There it is. Go, bro.
He's done it! Yo!
Let's go!
I was here!
I was here!
I was here!
No!
What the fuck? What the fuck?
He's done it!
Wait, it was the double run!
Wait, Oxie, are you good?
He's currently dying.
He took off the camera for a
It's
second.
over!
Oh my god!
It's over!
He said, I'm shedding tears in peace, bitches. Let's fucking go, bro.
Oh my fucking. Folks, it's finally finished. We're finally free. Hello, and welcome back to Xpwaste, where one of us has an infernal cape, and one of us does not. Hi, I'm Oxie.
And I'm Michael. If this is your first time, congratulations to Oxie. He finally got his infernal cape. Thank you for tuning into Xpwaste. We're an old school RuneScape podcast. We'll talk about the news. We'll talk about what's going on in the game. Talk about different topics related to RuneScape. And we'll definitely get off topic. Go on many tangents. That's a guarantee. And if you're not new around here, welcome back. Good to see you. How you doing, Mr. Infernal Cape Man?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. It's been one hell of a week. As you guys saw in the opener, the cape was quite the moment. It was quite the emotional, and in hindsight, a little bit cringe reaction. But it's awesome. It feels good to be done. If you guys have been here for a while, you know I've been doing it for a while. Like the first audio bit in that cold opener was from the very first episode, so it's been a process to get through it, but we're finally done. But not like done, because I don't think I'm going to be a one and done caper. I've actually been going around looking for a Zuck task for the last maybe the last 4 or 5 days at this point. I'm not like tutorial skipping because I want to get 1,000 tasks on my main, but I'm also just trying to get a Zuck task. So that's the real goal with that. But it feels good. I logged in the day after I got the cape, just to stare at myself with the cape on, because it didn't even feel real at first. It was insane.
Yeah,
I felt like I was playing on someone else's account. That's genuinely what it was like. It was a weird experience. It was a good experience, but it was like, oh man, this is something else. Because I also have I have like everyone's stuff, or I've had everyone's stuff for like the last week or so. So when I got the cape, I know I said it in the last episode, which feels like a year ago, by the way, Michael. We have not done this in forever. We've not had a legitimate episode in forever, it feels like.
Yeah.
But
long time.
It really has been a long time. But no, I borrowed Absolute Max from Jesse and Immortal. Like, I had max range gear and an Ellie and an Eldritch. Like, we were balling throughout the Inferno, the first run. And it was so funny because I didn't even think it was going to be the run where I got it. I literally said, like, I'm not using a shield because I'm probably just going to die anyway. Like, who gives a shit? But no, after I got the cape, I gave Jesse and Immortal all their stuff back. And then we took the 1,086,000 toggle that I had in my bank because it took 112 fucking attempts to do. So the million toggle that I had in my bank, we took over to the Tazar salesman guy, and I bought full obsidian, 2 onyx, and like every obsidian weapon and the obsidian shield. And we were marching around Moral Wreck in my full what's it called? Full obsidian. Everything except the Obby cape, because I was obviously wearing the Infernal cape instead. But yeah, spent all my tackle and then jumped in and started doing the Jad challenges, which are going to be a lot of fun to do. But then the Lord Jake, who I'm sure we'll talk about here a little bit later in the next segment, gave me all of his stuff. So once I gave Jesse and Immortal all their stuff back, I have Inquisitor, Tebow, Missouri, Torva. So I really feel like I'm on someone else's account because I'm just being loaned like $4 bill worth of stuff. Like, and again, Torva diff, Missouri diff, Tebow good. Like,
yeah,
man, going back to Crystal when I give all this stuff back is going to be rough. It's kind of leading into my 2023 goals, but I'm sure that's a different topic for a different episode. But TLDR, it has been a very good week for me. It's been very freeing. Michael, I imagine you experienced something similar when you got your max cape.
Oh yeah.
You sort of just like did whatever you wanted, including not play RuneScape. Man, I've been making progress on Pokemon. I've been feeling good about being on our little Minecraft server. Like, I got to get into Modern Warfare a little bit. I'm watching TV shows again. Like, I'm happy. And the things I'm doing in RuneScape are meaningless. I'm going for 500 DKs, KC, and I'm safe spotting Rex. I'm a main account with Missouri and an Infernal cape, and I'm safe spotting Dagonoth Rex just because. So, you know, that's just dumb shit I'm doing on the account. And I've got about a month to sort of realistically figure out how I'm going to end the year, because I'm obviously not going to achieve all the goals I set for myself, because some of them were a little wild. But it's always good to have goals that are high. You know, the classic shoot for the stars so you still land on the sun, or whatever the saying is. Ever, you know, if you fail, you land on the... Is it shoot for the moon so you land in the stars, or is it...
Shoot for the stars, and at least if you miss, you land on the moon.
Okay, sure. I said land on the sun, so whatever I said is not correct.
The sun would hurt.
Yeah, just a little bit. But I no longer want to fly myself into the sun on purpose. RuneScape feels more fun again. Doing things that aren't the Inferno feel great.
Yeah.
Ironically, searching for an Inferno task feels pretty good as well. So I'm excited to get back in there and try it. Also, I got my Jad helm back with the combat tasks. I got my Missouri crafting kit last night. Fear carried me through one of those. Yeah, Fear carried me through a 350. That's the phrase. Through a 350. Yeah.
I did not see that in the Awesome Drops channel.
I didn't put him in the
holding
awesome,
out on us.
I just didn't put it in the Awesome Drops channel. I gotta love with you. I just forgot, because
come on,
it looks bad with other pieces of armor. Armadillo, Crystal, it looks bad. It is not good. But it looks really good with Missouri. Like, it is clean with Missouri.
Yeah.
So
I kind of wish they didn't go so hard matching it with just Missouri. Missouri. Sounds like misery, but yeah. That's why you just have 2 backpacks, I think. You know,
I genuinely do have Crystal. 2 backpacks. I have a blue one and I have the other. Because I've had 2 assemblers for like years at this point. just because I'm like, oh, I'll have a backup just in case. I've never needed a backup. Now I have the range cape, so like I don't ever bring the assembler anywhere dangerous.
Mhm.
And now I just have 2 bank spaces for the exact same item. But so,
yeah, one day I'll get the yellow max cape. It'll be pretty cool.
We could do it for you pretty easily. We'd have to get you a little bit better at TOA, and then because the tough part is you can't die. Like that's
Right. That's
as
the
long
big
as you stay alive, like you don't need to do like a certain damage output. You don't need to like MVP every single room. You just have to stay alive.
Stay alive. Yeah.
So as long as we get you a little bit better, such that you're confident and like don't panic and stay alive throughout like a 350, because it is quite the step up from a 50 or a 100.
Yeah.
It's pretty free, and the yellow max cape is really cool.
I think I've done a 250 or a 200, not a 250. I've done a 200, but I still died.
Yeah.
So it's not. I'm not in any rush to get it because, like you said, it looks like doggy doo doo with anything other than Missouri, and I don't even have Armadillo, so I would probably wear it with. There's not even like a yellow variant God armor. It's like
you could buy gilded armor.
Oh,
you could drop the
true.
ducats and buy gilded d'hide.
Gilded black d'hide. Or is it green d'hide? I think it's the equivalent to green, right?
Yeah, because it's free to play. Yeah. That would suck. That's not good at all.
Gilded armor is equivalent to rune. So, oh no. Yeah, it just doesn't look good. Like if I got it, it would be for fashion. And I don't really have anything in my repertoire that even requires a yellow for FashionScape right now.
Surely you could make it work. Like at some point you'll be able to figure something out. I've been playing with my Infernal Cape FashionScape for a long time now, because the original like Jad Helm Infernal Cape 3rd Age kitted Fury I don't have, because I can't afford 3rd Age, and I'm too poor to be buying ornament kits and not legitimate gear upgrades. So maybe in 2023, but for right now, like it's been the Fedora, the Climbing Boots G, the Infernal Cape, and frankly, I really like the way it looks with Missouri armor. But
I've been rocking the Black Cavalier, the Dark Tuxedo jacket, the Vire Noble legs, and the mole slippers. I can throw up a picture of my FashionScape because it looks quite exquisite.
Yes. You know what I'm struggling with? A weapon for my FashionScape.
I always struggle, and like my default is just bringing the Fang because it's like the newest toy that everybody likes to carry around. Scythe would look pretty cool, I think, just big and menacing. But there's not really a lot of weapons. You could go with like Dragon Scimitar gold trimmed, but I don't know that would kind of stand out. Yeah, I most of the time I go without a weapon in my FashionScape. Like if I'm going for a 99 party or something. Right now I'm cooking, so I'm not wearing a weapon because you're not going to see it anyway. So it's hard. I agree with you on that one.
You know what weapon I really want from my FashionScape? A rapier.
Oh, that would look
cool.
cool.
They look like sabers in fencing, yeah. But
and your character does a little animation when you're idle too, right?
No, I think you just stand there with it. It'd be cool if you did.
Don't you like twirl it in some instances?
I don't think so.
Or is that the play saber?
I think it's the sword, like the
saber.
anniversary sword or something like that, maybe. I don't know, but I'll have to check that out, because that also could be really cool if the idle animation is spinning the sword, because I do that a lot. But like I don't know if you can see the saber behind me in the video.
Yep.
That thing next to the Swampletics poster is an old saber I found at my grandma's house. And the rapier looks very similar to it, though it is a different kind of weapon. The rapier obviously is stabbing and the saber is slashing. I want that for the FashionScape, but again, poor, can't afford one, so we'll get there eventually. And it's so low on the upgrade priority list that like
Sounds like you need to put that new cape to use.
Yeah, we'll get into that probably later next week. But yeah. So how have you been, Michael? I have talked a lot to open up this episode, but what have you been up to?
Not a lot and a whole lot, actually. So you mentioned it feels like a year since we recorded. Has it been like 2 2 weeks, 3 weeks now.
So we did the bossing episode 2 weeks ago, but that was like we already did the extra episode before that.
Yeah.
And then we only recorded for like 20 or 30 minutes, I feel like.
Right,
Maybe
so the
40
last
minutes
time-
max.
Last time we actually were together recording was on the 20th? No, the 17th of November. Because we recorded the same day we released the episode for some random reason. I think we're just like, hey, we're not busy.
What was it
so
because you were
I had my Thanksgiving on the 20th. My family's Thanksgiving on the 20th. And so, yeah, we recorded the last day that we were together recording was on November 17th. Since then, it had been like 5 days since I had gotten my Maxscape. Since I maxed, it had been 5 days since, or 5 days later we recorded. I'm confusing myself. I'm saying all this to say,
because I got home on the 14th and we recorded. God, that wasn't even like a real episode either.
no.
Holy
so
man, it's been forever.
Well, the last real episode we did was the one where we were in person.
Yeah, it's been
Technically.
a long time. Yeah.
Yeah, technically. So good to be back in the saddle. But my time with RuneScape has been kind of interesting the last 3 weeks. It has almost been non-existent, other than the fact that I've logged in just to log in.
Mhm.
I've been playing a lot of Minecraft. So the servers went down. We kind of were out of the loop talking about that, but that's the biggest news I think that's happened in a while.
Yeah,
is
because that happened.
Servers went down. That happened
because that was the
last
week we
week.
didn't have the episode. That was the Tuesday
Mhm.
before Thanksgiving. Oh, right. Yeah.
as a 22nd. And so on the 22nd, a guy named Spari, that's his name in Discord, he opened up a Minecraft server and said, hey, you know what? If you're sad about RuneScape being down, why don't we play some Minecraft? And so since the 22nd, I have almost every night, not every night, most nights, I've been playing Minecraft. And this happens almost every year for me. I kind of finish a goal in RuneScape, and then I just go on a Minecraft binge.
Mm-hmm.
I think it happened when I got to 95 Slayer. That was one of my big goals. I think it may have happened when I got my Diary Cape, but it's just kind of a reset for me. And I say RuneScape has almost been non-existent because if I wasn't logging in just to catch sacred eels, I probably wouldn't have been playing at all. So fishing has been kind of what I've been doing. I've gotten, 300,000 fishing XP? Because I didn't do much at post 99. But sacred eels are kind of nice. They're very AFK, and they actually give you cooking XP. So it's kind of a win-win in the sense that
they
give you a little bit of cooking XP.
God.
And I can very successfully just AFK because I set RuneLight up to like flash the screen when I'm not, when I go inactive.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm fishing sacred eels on my other monitor and I'm playing Minecraft on this one. And it's been a lot of fun. I don't know when it'll end as far as when I'll come back to RuneScape full time. My wife actually said today, she said, I'm kind of sad that you're not playing RuneScape because at least if you were playing RuneScape, you could hang out with me in the living room. Like, oh, probably should start playing RuneScape some more.
Now she's invested in RuneScape.
Yeah.
Which also
like,
shout out
"Come
to your
back."
wife, because when I got the Infernal Cape, everyone was in our little AOT VC, and then you popped in because I think you were playing Minecraft with people, and you heard the news and popped in, and were like, "Yo, what the fuck?"
I was watching
then-
TV.
Yeah, and then your wife got on the headset. It was like, "Congratulations on your Infernal Cape, Oxie." I didn't know who it was at first, but shout out to her
It
for
was awesome.
saying thank you. Thank you, Lise.
Yeah. I was watching TV. Gecko messaged me and he said he's done it. I can read the message actually. Hold on. Oh no, he said I called it. This is at 6:41. So yeah, I was sitting on the couch. Gecko messaged me because he saw the notification, and I said, "Look at that." And I hopped in the VC. But I had a feeling because I had a feeling because I was monitoring your stream kind of.
Mm-hmm. Where you like click on it, you get the little preview. Yeah.
The preview. I'm like, oh, he's in it. He's still in there. He's still doing it. He hasn't. It's not showing me the bank. So it could happen. Dude, I'm so happy for you. It's similar to maxing, but it's not. But it is. I'm not going to take that away from you. You did an amazing achievement. You put hundreds of hours into it, and I feel the way you're feeling. The same way. It's like it is.
And I finally
finished.
feel the way you were feeling after you maxed. It is monumental and it is freeing. That is, I think that's how we're ending our 2022, Michael. You and I, monumental and free. That is, we've done it. Now it's just fuck around and find out for the next until the servers shut down.
Yeah,
pretty much.
yeah.
Like,
well, like I can actually take other goals that I've wanted to do and break them down and say, today I'm going to try and get combat achievements done. Today I'm just going to kill Sarachnis because I want the pet.
mhm.
You know, there's different things that when you look at your account and you don't have a huge monumental goal, it makes it a little bit more manageable just to sit down and play. Everybody should have a monumental goal, and a lot of people do. A lot of people go for the quest cape. A lot of people go for their achievement cape, infernal cape, max cape. But if you haven't done that, it's kind of hard to understand the feeling that you feel when you're like, I can finally play the game. It's cliche, but
Mhm.
you don't really understand that saying until you've done it. You can finally play the game. It's a joke, it's a meme, but it's not a meme. It feels like you can do that.
Yeah.
And for a lot of people, once you max, people quit, understandably, because maybe skilling is more fun. I don't know. Maybe you go play an Iron Man, but like for me, I can finally play the game. The max cape was not the end, it's merely the beginning. Yeah. And so like I've in my notes in the beginning of 2022, I wrote down very ambitious goals, and I've completed 3 of them. Those 3 being get a purple in my name, attempt the inferno, and achieve max total level. I've done all 3 of those. How I thought I would get 100 million cooking XP, all the hard combat diaries, get a
We
scythe,
can still get you
a
the hard
T-bow.
combat diaries. Don't you worry, brother. We can get you those hard combat diaries.
I was struggling with the easy diaries yesterday, 2 days ago. I could not for the life of me figure out how to get both cannons firing at the same time at Temporos. I could not figure it
What?
out.
No, it's not
Yeah.
fire both cannons at the same time. It's fire from all 4 cannons.
Is it fire from all 4 cannons?
Yeah, you have to run, brother. You fire from the 2 cannons you spawn on, then you run to
Hold
the
on.
other side.
I'm gonna read it to you and see if we can decipher this. So Temporos, fire in the hole. Attack Temporos from both sides by loading both cannons on both. So is it just
Yep.
shoot, like load each cannon one by
Yep.
one and
put
let it
one
fire?
Put one fish in each of the 4 cannons, and you have the achievement.
Oh my gosh, how is that? Why is that an achievement?
Mm.
The last one I
it's
need,
the easy
I think-
combat diary, bro. Is he?
Oh,
like
that's true. Wait, how many more do I need for Temporos?
you probably need
boxes.
the 10,000 point. Is it Y cook for
Oh.
the 9 reward points? That one is tough. Well,
Yeah,
relatively
Y cook.
speaking.
Yeah. Why cook? It is subdue Temporos, gaining getting rewarded with 10,000 or 10 reward permits.
I think you
from a
need like
single point.
8 or 9,000 points or more for that. And it's like a really specific sweaty method where you have to like let a bunch of fires burn, you skip a phase of Temporos entirely, you like load only a certain amount of fish in, like
They
it's
got
really
it down to a meta.
yes, it is. It was really stressful when I actually got mine. I don't know why I had a hard time with it. I mean, relative to like combat achievements, it is not difficult. It might take you 2 or 3 games to like learn how to do solo temp really efficiently like that. But
Yeah.
then you don't have to do it again. So like, cool, you know?
Yeah.
But it's
Honestly, I
definitely
think my
doable.
brick wall will be Grotesque Guardians. I heard you can get them all really in one kill.
That's you can get like I think of the 15, you can get like 10 or something in one kill. It's nuts. Yeah.
Abyssal Sire is probably. I'm just going down the list of the hard ones that I have to complete still, and it's like there's
for
a
the
couple,
hard diary.
Yeah, there's a couple in the God Wars dungeon. There's a couple in the wilderness, and then Abyssal Sire. Those are the big ones.
Yeah, Abyssal. So what I imagine the one you have left is the Chaos Fanatic one where you don't use any potions, right? Or without like restoring prayer with a potion or
like
something like
flinching.
that.
Hold on.
Oh, flinching
Chaos
Chaos Elemental.
Flincher. Yeah, kill it without taking any damage. And then that's it.
Oh, that's what they. Once you know how to flinch, like once you visualize, you're like, oh, it's gonna be easy as shit. I imagine you also have they grow up so fast. That one sucks. Let me know when you have an Abyssal Demon task and you want to do it, and I will spec alt for you, and you will claw spec the shit out of Sire, because that's the best way to do that. I don't have any good advice for that achievement other than kill it quickly. So that achievement is you have to make sure none of the little shitters grow up to like a little Abyssal Demon things.
Yeah.
And if you waste time trying to kill them, Sire will spawn more. So in that final phase where it's like it opens up its ass and, you know, has the big orb in the middle, it spawns one like every couple of ticks until there are like 15 on the field while it's doing poison. So ideally you get in there, claw spec, you teleport out, spec transfer, claw spec over. And then ideally it's done by that point. That's how I had to do it. All the other ones for Sire are fine.
Yeah.
Like they are very doable for Sire. So
easy peasy. Yeah. You're right. I think I could still get the hard combat diaries done by the end of the year. And there's actually a reason. Not that, you know, the rewards weren't great before, but they buffed them. And so, not that my account needs it, but it would still be cool to have them.
They are really cool. I think that's maybe a suave transition to whatever this episode's about, which in fairness is nothing. Michael texted me earlier and said he's not feeling great this week, and I'm sure you can hear it in his voice. And he's I'm
dying.
So goddamn dramatic. But we're trying to make this one a little bit shorter, and because of that, we don't really have a theme. But a lot of stuff has been happening, so we're probably just gonna go through the stuff that's been happening. So other than the server outages, that was actually so nice because I didn't have to do an Inferno run. I felt so good not having to do that shit. It was great.
It kind of pissed me off, the server outage, because the 22nd was the night I was geared up to do my birthday stream, and it kind of got derailed.
Oh, right.
I have 20 Scotizo totems. So 28 dark totems. And I was going to do all 20 and all 20 hard clues on the stream.
Bro, we got to have a New Year's Eve duo stream, because I'm saving up all of my clue caskets for New Year's Eve too.
Ooh.
So that'd
be fun.
I'll
probably go back to Slayer and try and, you know, you got to do Slayer obviously for all of these combat diaries to do like Grotesque Guardians, and I have to go farm so many mossy keys and giant keys.
It's only
I've done 0 of those.
It's 5 of each, and I swear to God, there is one for Obor that is like unreasonably difficult. It's like, I don't know if it's do it without taking damage or do it without him like sending a range attack or something. But there's one that it's kind of dumb.
Yeah, Dean709 in the recording booth chat said should have done it in bingo. I'm avidly against doing easy content when there's people on my team that would much rather benefit from doing that content. So my account is not in a place where I would want to do, unless I was on my group Ironman, but my main account, I would never do an Obor tile for bingo unless it's like the last day and nobody's gotten it and they're just like, we're sending it. But yeah. So you said 5 keys each should be fine.
Brya fight it. Well, I'll tell you, for KC you need 5, I think. So Bryophyta,
KFC,
you can do 5 keys, no problem. One of them has to be in free to play, and then I think you can also do like the no poison in that one too or something. Just pre-pot an anti-venom or an anti-poison and you're not going to get poisoned. Killing her with venom is just waiting. So you proc venom with a Serp Helm and a blowpipe, and then you just wait for her to die.
That'd be kind of fun.
I suppose you could. I don't know if it's die to venom or poison though. I don't actually remember.
Okay.
It might be either or, but yeah, no, they're pretty. There's like kill the little tree saplings within like 3 seconds, which is knock them all to 0 HP and then use the axe on each one of them back to back to back, which is pretty easy. So I really think there are going to be some you struggle with because some of them are hard. It is a hard combat diary, so it makes sense. But I genuinely think a majority of the combat tasks you will be able to do in like a really good binge full weekend of PVM. But
very true. Very true. Because I want to do it on the weekend because during the week I need to be killing wilderness bosses. I got Vedeon done. I don't know if you saw that.
Let's look him up. Let's look him up. Bloodhound. Look at that, 50 Vedeon, baby. He's done it.
According to my loot tracker, of the 37 kills that I did that were tracked, I made 2.6 mil. And I died 3 times, I think, and I lost like maybe 200k each time. So I'm still profiting money, which feels good. Profiting money from a punishment is A-okay in my book. If I get a Dragon Pickaxe from Venenatis, I'll be very happy. I know the other ones drop it too, but like you see a lot of people get Dragon Picks from Venenatis.
I've got all 6 of mine from Venenatis actually.
Oh wow. The 2 that I have on my log are from Chaos Ellie. So
Chaos Elemental does drop them, huh?
It does. It drops them real good. And it's easy. But I still need you to show me the Venenatis safe spot because although Guns Chili, I think it's Guns Chili, somebody has an exquisite video online on YouTube, but I just can't for the life of me figure out when she turns to look at you. That's
as soon as she spawns. So you wait a tick. So it's like spawn, wait, attack immediately because she has to start. If you click on her as soon as she spawns, it's going to fuck it up. You have to wait. I think you have like a tick or 2 of leniency, which sounds like it's harder because generally whenever someone says you have 1 tick to react, it seems like it's easy to fuck up. It's not impossible to fuck up. Lord knows I've fucked it up once or twice, but it's truly not that bad.
Yeah, I've not gotten the safe spot down. Although I have killed her. Let me check. I'm going to check my collection log. Venenatis. I am currently 3 KC at Venenatis. And
So
those
he's
have all
balling.
been no safe spot. Callisto is 15. No, sorry, that's Cerberus. Callisto's 13 KC, so I'm almost
You've only
there.
done 15 Cerberus? What?
Yes. I had Hellhounds blocked for a long time.
I wish I still had them blocked. Jesus fucking Christ.
During bingo, like other people were doing it, so it's like I never got a Hellhounds task. I have them unblocked, but I never got the task while I was, doing Slayer. So I haven't really cared.
Cerberus
nothing
is
on the log.
Cerberus is a curse. Like every bingo, there's a stupid Cerberus tile that I make because I'm stupid, and then every year I'm subjected to do hundreds of Cerberus without a single drop in my name. I did get a Smoldering Stone, which was a tile this year, which was nice, but
and it's money.
It is money. It was nice, but like I am cursed at Cerberus to never get a useful crystal. Pegs out the wazoo. Useful crystals, no, because normally these days it's like we do booty call, and then the Vikings even stole booty call. So like a peg sucks because then you have to do a medium clue hunt, and that's just ass.
That's actually how my team completed the booty call tile. Is Gecko I think got the big Asians, and then Caper last day of bingo was doing medium clues and got her ranger boots.
That's nutty, dude.
So it's very nice, very nice. Yeah, back to the topic at hand.
Yeah, speaking of a not so smooth transition to the topic, They did a lot of stuff. So the server went down. Just to like jog my memory, they released the drop rates, roughly speaking, for TOA. People were mega pissed about it. The servers went down due to some like catastrophic internal server issue, which made people go outside, touch grass, play Minecraft, and come to terms with the fact that like you're addicted to old school RuneScape. You need to stop. And then they made a bunch of changes this week. They put a bunch of stuff from Pole 77 in, including the Poison Dynamite, which like I've not used and frankly don't give a shit about. They added a new quest, which I'm halfway through because my podcast co-host so rudely told me to stop and come host a podcast or some shit like that. I don't know. And then they buffed the rewards for combat achievements while also adding the TOA combat achievements. Some of them are pretty good. Some of them are going to be horrible.
Which ones are horrible? I haven't looked at them at all.
There's one that's like Perfection of Het, which have been driving people crazy because you have to get the puzzle room perfect, which is pretty easy. But Perfect Akka, you have to have all the invocations for Akka turned on. You can't get hit off prayer. You can't hit the boss with the wrong style, right? You can't get hit by any special attacks. You can't mess up the maze or anything like that. And then you can't get hit by a single cum orb throughout the fight. At the very so you could do the entire fight perfectly, and if you misstep for one tick, you lose the entire thing during cum phase at the very end. It is
I'm very uncomfortable that we're calling this cum phase so openly. But
TOA Raiders, is there another name for that phase? I know it's called Enrage phase, but come on.
I mean, you call it light orbs. The light orbs, they're basically light orbs. I don't know. It just feels weird talking like using that term outside of a VC. Like that's the official term you're going with. But
I mean, they also called the Bow of Ferdinand Bofa pretty quickly, which I think was originally a meme and now is like,
and I fought that one
just
hard too.
What it's called. Like
you guys know it took me months of hearing it be called the Bofa for me to concede and start using the term Bofa, because for the longest time I would say the Bow of Ferdinand or however you say it, but I will not call it the cum phase. Weird. The light orb phase, the runny around phase.
Yeah. Well, point is, it's hard, and it has to be done in an expert mode. So like some of the GM tasks are pretty tough. Some of them are a lot of fun. Like there's one that's like kill Zebek with only melee, which is a good time. Yeah, kill it with only melee. There's a lot of like perfect puzzle, perfect boss rooms.
Huh.
They're all bugged as shit.
Really?
So one of the bigger bugs, which might be resolved by this point, there's one that says it's called butt damage. You can't go in with any weapon or piece of equipment over tier 75. So like Barrow's armor, whip, Trident of the Seas, not swamp, Trident of the Seas, blowpipe, and like that's it. Like bare
arms.
minimum stuff. But when it first came out, it didn't take ornament kits into account. So people were bringing like holy sangs and holy scythes in because it's like a different weapon. So they were bringing like kitted fangs and shit in there because like kits weren't registering. So if you had kitted ancestral, you could wear that throughout the entirety of the fight. I think it's fixed. I think the shadow also worked for some reason, which was dumb as shit. So like people were getting that combat task with like a shadow and like a kitted rapier and shit. Like I'm going to imagine by this point it's fixed.
Hopefully.
But a lot of them have been bugged where, you know, when you fail a combat task, it generally tells you have failed this task.
Yeah.
It doesn't do that in TOA with all of them.
Why?
It's just not.
That's weird.
I don't know if it doesn't do that properly or if it's like, maybe it's more a matter of like, you don't meet the requirements in the first place, so you can't fail it, but it doesn't tell you don't meet the requirements if you're going for it. Like Perfect Epmechan, the monkey room, right? Diet Nilos. You have to do with two people. So if you're there with one person, it won't tell you you've failed it. It just you're not even eligible to do it, so it doesn't pop up that you failed. So it's just like weird stuff like that that I'm not a huge fan of. Bro, I just got 12 skeletal wyverns for my 600th task. That's beautiful. That's the freest points I've ever gotten from Konar. But combat tasks aside, they buffed the rewards.
They did.
Which are pretty cracked. We talked about them a couple weeks ago, I think. Yeah.
We talked about them, and then didn't they change? Or was that something else?
They did, right. They changed everything. Because we talked about NPC contact, and they just like took that out completely. Because they want to add that with a different piece of content. But there's some cool stuff. Have you, well, you don't have any of the combat diaries done. Have you looked into any of what it is?
Yes. I'm excited for a couple. I'm excited for one. The Barrows one, where you no longer have the prayer drain, because I don't have my Barrows collection log filled out. And so that's definitely something that I plan to smash out, is all of the Barrows pieces. So with getting the combat diaries done, that's one of the main driving factors, is they're easy enough. There's actually a point now. And so it would be dumb to go to Barrows without it. It really would. The other ones, okay, so the imbues being 50% cheaper, that's kind of nice. I think that's from the hard diary, correct?
I think so, actually, yeah.
So the imbues being cheaper, I still have Slayer helms I would like to get. So that would be kind of nice. I do plan to go to Nightmare Zone and train some of my combat skill XP. Because like I said, I'd like to get at least 25 million in every one of them. So if I'm not at Vire Watches, then I'll probably be in Nightmare Zone. That's another thing that's really AFK that I should do when I'm playing Minecraft, is Vire Watches, because 2,200 worlds are free.
Especially if it flashes if you get a drop.
Yes. But yeah, there's a couple that I'm excited about. And this update has been the catalyst for me to want to do it. Because if it was simply just less like God Wars Dungeon KC
and more boss KC, like
more boss
really
KC,
motivating, yeah.
And like you get a cool teleport to God Wars Dungeon, I probably would never get the combat diaries done.
Don't sleep on that teleport though. That teleport is real nice.
It's just the easy one, right? It's 3 times.
I think the medium gives you 3. Oh, let me look. I have it done. I can look on my combat task thing. Rewards. Easy gives you 3 teleports. Medium gives you 5. Hard gives you unlimited. And then elite, you start getting teleports to the Inferno.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, so while I'm going for those God Wars tasks, if I get the easy and the mediums done, then working on the hard will just make it that much easier. It's not a bad run from the top of Trollheim, but it's still, you get right by the boulder. So
you don't use any stamina, you don't use any prayer. I love taking it when I do learner God Wars, because I generally have to walk people there or whatever, and they get there as quick as possible. I'm like, all right, get downstairs and start getting KC. I'll be right back. And I do the thing and I teleport away to like gear myself up. It's a lot of fun. But no, they've also increased the amount of cannonballs you can put in your cannon.
Oh,
sick.
That's a big one. What is it? The hard diary is like 50, right?
The hard diary is 15 and the medium is 30. It's fun as shit. 60 cannons per task is awesome.
Gosh. You said the elite diary is 60 total?
The elite diary is 60 total. The elite diary also gives you a higher chance for superior slayer monsters, and it allows slayer jewelry, the expeditious and the slaughters. It has a 10% chance to just like reset. So not like get destroyed like it normally does. It has a chance to like regenerate to full, which is super cool. So
99 slayer incoming for you, Oxie?
I mean, it's one of my goals. Like, realistically, I think I could get 99 by the end of the year. I'm only about 400k away from 98. But I think if I want 99 Slayer, I have to, like, not only do 99 Slayer, but, like, I got to do a lot of AFK Slayer. Like, I pretty much have to choose a 99. Is it 99 Slayer? Is it 99 Fishing? Is it 99, you know, fire making? Like, I pretty much have one, maybe 2 99s, but I don't really have money to fund buyables at this point. So I feel like if it's a more AFK one, that's probably going to be better, you know?
Let me look you up and see.
Yeah, I've
so nearly there for 99 Slayer. I mean, 99 Fishing, I feel like you're way closer time-wise to Slayer than you are to Fishing.
100%, because I'm not
Yeah.
3-ticking and I'm not playing Crystal Harpoon Temporos.
Then the only other one that I think could be very, very easy would be woodcutting, because you could do that one downtime at work, or if you get your iPad, you could do that while you're watching TV. Yeah.
Can't confirm.
Game changer.
Truly.
Thieving could be relatively easy. I did it in like 3 days, but you just have to get to 95, brother. Once you get to 95, smooth sailing.
I know.
This is something that they kind of snuck in to one of the blog posts recently.
I did see this. Yep. Go ahead.
They are aware of how putrid, just disgusting.
What a choice of words.
And outright absurd coin pouches are for the game. They're aware of it, and they're open and actively discussing something to make it less terrible, maybe. So I'm already done thieving, so like I really don't care, but I do care because I want post max thieving XP. And at 99, I have the option for Pyramid Plunder, Tazars, or I mean I could do Elves, those are pretty chill, or Knights. And so Knights, you never fail. Everything else you kind of do still have a chance to fail. But yeah, if they like, I'm theorizing maybe they, with like an elite arty diary, they make it to where you can hold an X amount of pouches before you have to like click on it. Maybe that number is really, really big. Maybe it's like 100 pouches or something. I don't know, 128 pouches, something to where it's not, every 30 seconds you're having to click a pouch, because that's how it is right now. I would love that because I have all the diaries done, and it would make thieving a lot easier for people. Because, okay, I'm not going to get into the 20-minute discussion about coin pouches that I want to get into. We could do that later. That could be a whole bonus episode. But
and trust me, Michael will talk about it for the entirety of the bonus episode. He is so passionate about his hatred for this particular piece of content. It is absurd. You think I'm mean to chambers? Michael being mean to coin pouches is it's something to behold, really.
Sometimes I have to remember my public image when I'm browsing Reddit. Like, I just can't be a dick to people. And I had to hold off on commenting on all of the coin pouch threads because, your boy would have gone off. But they're aware, and that's all we can ask for, because they came out and just flat out said we're not removing them. So it's like, okay, the conversation has to be how do we compromise, because we're not getting them removed. They still an essential part of anti-cheating, which to me, you're going to need to like provide more proof to use the word essential. But I digress. That was probably the most exciting update of the entire 2 weeks.
Yeah, I figured you were really going to like that. I mean, in a perfect world, what I would like to see is they start adding diary cape perks. Not like individual regional diary rewards, but like physically you have to own the cape and like have the cape trimmed in order to like get these rewards.
That would be cool.
Because like in theory you could do services for a lot of this stuff, but if you have to have a quest cape and a music cape and a diary cape all at the same time in order to get these diary cape perks of like you can have infinite coin pouches, I feel like it's much less likely to be abused. Because I don't think coin pouches are the worst thing in the world. Arguably pretty annoying when you're trying to thieve, but like otherwise I don't think they're horrible. It's just in the one instance of the Arty Knights where people don't like them. So I think if they made like if you are an absolute master of RuneScape, Max Cape, all this other stuff, like it's a trimmed diary cape perk you can hold unlimited. That would be pretty cool. I would like to see that implemented.
Yeah, you're right, because there would be less incentive to risk your account if you've gotten all of that. Because that's thousands of hours. Like straight up. And for what? Some auto click time for some thieving XP? Post 91 thieving XP? Really? You're gonna auto click and risk the account?
People would argue that like, oh well, people will just start auto clicking because they want the pet. That will be the problem if they make coin pouches unlimited, is that they will do that for the pet, which doesn't stop people from doing that now anyway, because all you have to do is add an extra little command to like click on the coin pouch every 28 thieves if you have 95. So like it's less work for people trying to get the thieving pet, but also really not that big of a deal.
That's been the overarching argument to why are they still in the game? It's because they're not stopping anybody from actually cheating. It's just a hindrance to legitimate players who are playing the game. It's not stopping cheaters.
To play a devil's advocate for Michael here, I imagine it helps with like super simple bots. Like I imagine a wood cutting bot style of bot that just clicks on Artie Knights and then isn't coded well enough to do the coin pouches. I imagine it stops some things. But to say that it is single-handedly holding up Jagex's anti-botting protocols, no, I don't think it's not doing all that. So that's like, exciting.
Some of the comments were like, that's the problem with like corrupted gauntlet bots. The reason that there's still so many corrupted gauntlet bots is because you haven't added coin pouches.
There's no
to
coin
the gauntlet.
pouches in the corrupted gauntlet. Oh
there's no coin pouches in Nightmare Zone or the Nightmare boss. That's why there's so many Nightmare bosses. It's because there's no coin pouches. It goes back to that post where they said that people with inhuman reaction or something. It's like when they did the teleblock thing, they're like, people with inhuman reaction, what is the wording? I know
it's like inhuman reaction speed or something like that. Because they made it so like if a new player appears on your screen, you can't tell. It's a 2-second delay to teleport out of the Revenant Caves. That's what you're talking about. Yeah.
But then they have things like where you need a 2-tick in the Inferno, and that requires inhuman reaction timing in some instances, like things like that. There are other mechanics in the game that require very quick clicking.
That is true, but those mechanics are masterable. As someone who is both not great at counting to 1, 2, and 4 respectively, turns out I can't count to 5 at all. Flicking rigor with a T-bow, impossible. I don't know why 5 is so much harder than 4, but it doesn't matter. I have a cape. No one gives a shit. Those are, you can practice over and over and over again. When you're just like trying to leave, it's just inconvenient.
Yeah.
Like no one is that quick with their awareness other than a bot. But it really is like, that's such a stupid change. I really don't like that change at all. It's so, ugh.
Yeah, it's dumb. Like, anyway, talk about tangents.
he will talk about this forever.
Yeah.
So just moving on to the next topic.
Moving on.
Moving on. There's one more thing that they have announced that we kind of want to talk about, but really can't because we don't know what it is. So we're going to have some fun speculating. Do you guys remember the summer summit that happened, like, not this past summer, but the summer before that? Because that's when they announced Raids 3, right? Yeah, it was July of 21 because they announced Raids 3 and people were losing their minds. That was such a fun VC that day.
It was fun.
Everybody muted. Nobody said a word until they announced Raids 3. Everyone was typing in the VC chat, and the minute that summit ended, all like 20 people in our voice chat unmuted and started freaking the fuck out because they're, I'm taking work off. I'm taking the whole week off. Oh my God, I can't. People were so excited for that. And I can't wait to do that. It's like this upcoming Saturday. So
like 2 days from now.
Yeah, if you're listening to this episode the day it comes out, it's this Saturday at 8 p.m. for the Oi Bruvs, 3 p.m. for the Eastern Bruvs, and noon for the Western Bruvs.
And if you're in Central, that's 2 p.m. for us.
Sure. that's the times they put on their Instagram. That's the times I know. But
I guess that's 1 p.m. for Mountain Time too. So
I suppose so.
Man, I'm excited for this. Like, you talk about the Summer Summit, and that was a good time. I remember sitting in my office, and like I vividly remember that day. Like, my computer was on this wall. It wasn't even where it's at now. Like, it was over there. That's how long ago this was. And the production value, it's outstanding. And it looks like this one is sure to top
it up. Yeah.
It's a good time. And they've given us a little teaser trailer where they say stuff, but then they bleep it out.
Yeah,
and
they
it's just
censor it
so
all.
exciting.
It's going to be so much fun. So we agreed that we're going to spend these last few minutes just doing a little bit of speculation of what it could be. So big thing they're pushing, I guess, to get the elephants in the room out of the way, they're probably going to announce Leagues 4, which is probably going to be fall of 23 or winter of 23, kind of similar to Leagues 3, how it was in the beginning of the year. I really hope it's in the fall, because winter leagues was just hard. It was hard to go through. I hope they get their feedback. You guys know I have a thing or two to say about Leagues 3. So I hope they reduce the time, and I hope they expand on what was really good, because they did a lot of things really well, but wow, they did a lot of things that were just after a while. Not even bad, just like Trailblazer felt fun. This Shattered Relics wasn't as fun. So hopefully they pull elements from all three leagues and they make the best league ever. And hopefully it's next fall, so people have time off for like Christmas and Thanksgiving and all that to play. They're probably going to do something with Dead Man mode. They're going to try to revive it for like the sixth time. Or
I think, speaking candidly, I think Dead Man mode is overdone. Just like to some degree, leagues will get to the point where it's overdone, and you just got to let it die, and something new has to happen. You know, I'm not saying there shouldn't be a PvP event, but to me, you've had a lot of chances to make Dead Man mode a cool thing, but it ain't it.
I think that's the issue, is because leagues, I bitch about it, but like it goes well. Like there's never any fundamental. People aren't like duping items in the main game or like risking 20,000 actual dollars to like do leagues. Like it's not, leagues is not that big of a deal when all things considered. Whereas Dead Man mode, not only is it for real money, but like there are always problems. There's always a server issue. Yeah. There's always a DDoS. There's always this. There's always that. Like there's not been a Dead Man mode. If there has ever been a Dead Man mode, there hasn't been one in a really long time that just works the way it's supposed to. And I think Jagex understands this, and that's part of their frustration. That's part of the PvP community's frustration. Probably going to announce another Dead Man mode. I think the community would be up in arms, rioting in Falador for the best reasons possible, freaking out if they announce Bounty Hunter 3. If Bounty Hunter comes back again, people are going to be losing their minds. It is going to be very exciting. Yeah. If BH comes back and it has good rewards and it's not farmable and it's not a gold farming mess like the first one was, people loved BH. And it's gonna be the revitalization the PvP community is asking for, because people are gonna get into fights. That there's gonna be a food chain. There's gonna be a hierarchy. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I'm worried. I'm always worried when they release something new that gives monetary rewards that's easily bottable, because Bounty Hunter was just a gold farm. That's really like, there were legitimate people doing it, but there was also so much exploitation. It was so bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would take a lot of thought, but they've had a lot of time to think about it too.
Yeah, and they've
So
also seen
that's-
what happens when they put PvP content in with literally no rewards.
Nobody
Because
does
no one
it.
even does PvP arena, right? So
No.
I imagine it'll be something. Maybe who knows? Maybe it'll be an account security update. But that's kind of what I'm anticipating are the two guaranteed. We're going to get something related to PvP, likely Deadman mode, fingers crossed for Bounty Hunter, and we're probably going to get a Leagues announcement. We're probably not going to get a new Raids announcement,
I would doubt it.
obviously.
I mean, they
because-
could announce something. They could give an idea for something, but these summits are something that have kind of been new for us.
Mhm.
Generally, they would announce all this kind of stuff at RuneFest, and there wasn't a new raid every year announced at RuneFest.
Mhm.
Now, did they go straight from Chambers of Xerix to saying raids 2? I can't remember, but it's still kind of fresh
I
to
wouldn't
be already
think
touting a
so.
new raid.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so, only because then it's going to turn into a winter 2017 meme. Because if they say, guys, Leagues 4 is coming out and it's going to be on Fossil Island, it's going to be a dinosaur raid, it's going to be awesome, but it's just an idea. It's going to come out in 2025 and people are going to be, haha, winter 2017 Leagues 4 kind of shit.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to announce another, not league, raid, whatever. There's a number. They're not going to announce a new raid, I don't think. They might announce a new boss. There's probably a pretty good chance they announce a new quest.
Yo, I think they may give us details on that mysterious quest they've been talking about.
I would bet they give us, you're right. That's actually that's a big one. They probably give us full details on the quest. They probably tell us about the boss. That's going to be big.
What about
right?
a new skill?
So that is the spicy part. There is on the Old School RuneScape's Twitter, they put something like Old School RuneScape's first ever blank.
Yeah.
And it could be anything. So this is the part Michael and I kind of want to speculate with for a little bit. A first ever blank for Old School RuneScape. What are we thinking? Obvious answer on the table is skill. Old School RuneScape's first new skill.
Yeah, because we've got this. It would never be a new quest. It can't be a new raid. It can't be a new boss. Like, it has to be the first time that's ever come to Old School RuneScape.
Mm-hmm.
We've already got a ton of mini games. We've already got a ton of I would really struggle to think of anything besides a new skill.
I've not struggled as much, but go ahead, give us your thoughts. What are we thinking for a new skill?
A new skill. People have been talking artisan for a long time, but people have also been saying, like, it's such a weird. It's not weird, but I wouldn't like this to be in the name of the skill, animal husbandry, because it's so long. Like, all of these skills that we have are like one word, like thieving.
It would probably be husbandry. Would be what it's
husbandry.
called.
Okay, my husbandry level.
Kind of like RS3's play your own farm kind of thing.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That could be a big one. Play your own farms. But again, everything that they say could be a skill could also just be integrated into a skill. For example, artisan. You could just have an expansion to crafting. Like, it doesn't need to be an entire new skill. But I would love it to be a new skill. That one seems probably the most promising. They could revamp and reoffer warding, since they put so much time and effort into it, and take player feedback into account with warding. But also, I think that one is literally just a time sink and a money sink. It's not going to change the game for the better, which I think a new skill should. But something along the lines of animal husbandry, something like summoning without the combat would kind of be cool. I think a dungeoneering like skill would be also pretty neat. You could take a lot of stuff from RuneScape 3, port it to old school, and have it be a viable old school skill. Invention would be pretty neat. There's just a lot. There's a lot that you could throw out there. I want to hear what your thoughts are, though.
I mean, I'm going to counter your question with a question. So it's obviously a little controversial, shall we say, that a new skill comes to old school RuneScape because they're like 0 for 3 in attempts, right?
Yeah.
You own a maximum skill cape. You have it. You have done what most players do not, right? You have maxed out your skill, all of your skills. When you think of having to do it again for a totally new skill where you don't know the metas, everything is going to be more expensive to buy because it's brand new. Prices have stabilized for a lot of buyable skills, but could you imagine? Remember when like Vorkath first came out? Superior Dragon Bones were selling for $1 a piece. Like, what is your thoughts? Like, as a maxed player who is gonna obviously want his max cape back. Somebody made a comment in levels and achievements that like, plot twist, Oxie, you got your infernal cape, and now this week they're gonna announce something that's better than the infernal cape and more difficult, right? I said, well, now I would have a new goal, but like, god damn, that would be that would be really demotivating. Yeah. So I'm curious to hear your thoughts on it as our resident skiller here on Xpwaste.
So the money would probably be a big factor, but generally with skilling, if it's something they're integrating into RuneScape now, chances are having other skills already at 99 would benefit you. So for instance, if they had an artisan skill, me having 99 crafting, 99 smithing, likely it would be very easy to train it. It's I kind of see it as a fun race for ranks at that point.
Yeah.
Like if you hop on the morning of and you're like the first one to like 10 of the new skill, you're no longer rank 20,000. You're rank 1 for like a second. You know what I mean? Like you refresh the high scores and you're up there. So the first person to get 99 is going to be rank 1. And it's going to dethrone the god who is Link's Titan. But it also means the return of Link's Titan. And it gives other people on that completely locked high scores something to strive for. Maybe a new rank 1 seat that we haven't seen before.
Maybe Hey Jace takes his rightful place as number 1 player who didn't just get 200 mil all and then fuck off forever.
Right? Well, here's the thing. Link's Titan got 200 mil as a main account and then was literally just awarded title of first person to 200 mil all as an Iron Man.
Was that Link's Titan? That
yes,
Iron Man was
that's
him?
His Iron Man. Yes.
Yikes.
Yes. So
well,
he is a god.
Maybe he did fuck off. I lied. Maybe he suffered. Okay, that's a way to do it.
Well, now he has 2 accounts with 4.6 billion total. So like, what's he gonna do now? I don't know. Maybe he is gonna, leave and never come back after this. But yeah, I don't. It would suck to lose the max cape, and it would probably be months and months of grinding again to get it back. But like, when can you say you had more than 1 max party? That'd be cool,
You bring up a good point.
I'd be excited for a new skill. I'm not gonna win. I'm not one of those max players who's like never 2277 forever. It is a cool looking number. I probably would get it tattooed on my body somewhere, but it'd be kind of dumb if you got it tattooed and then they added another skill and now it's like 2378 or something. But 2376.
We're not even gonna try. I think would it be 2368?
Because 2277, 100 from there is 2377. -1 because it's 99. That's 2376. Every new skill, it goes down. So it would be 2475.
Yeah,
and then
math
2574.
hard, bruv. Math hard.
But skills expansion would be cool. So like Old School RuneScape's first ever skill expansion. So 120 Slayer would be pretty neat. Anything over 120 or anything over 99 rather, that'd be kind of cool. But no, I really can't see anything else besides a new skill. They're going to have to blow my mind with what else could be the first. I don't know.
So
No, because like you couldn't even say it's a new area. It's not even.
we have Zaya.
We have Zaya. So we have Fossil Island. Gosh,
So
what is it?
It boggled my mind as well, right? So the only reason why I'm a little I'm not against. I think a new skill will be fun as shit. The only reason why I don't think it's a new skill in the Winter Summit is because it would have to be pulled. Because Jagex hates us and would make us pull everything. It could be something boring, like the first QOL introduction for pulls that barely failed, right? That could be it'd be mega boring, but like also would bring us a lot of fun content. So it could be that. Obviously, it's not gonna be a new quest, a new raid, something like that. It could be. I was talking about this last night. It could be a new equipment slot.
Ooh.
It could be a new way to get like passive equipment things. So like it could be an equipment rework where like blessings are now passive.
Okay.
And you have passive blessing effects or like passive effects. So you can still get like, they just released it with the combat achievements update, right? Gommel's Penny gives you like a 5% chance to save charges on anything that uses charges. But it sucks because dragon arrows fill the same spot. So like if you're doing content where you're using a lot of charges, your Scythe at Theater of Blood, your Shadow at Tombs of a Masket, right? Your, if you're doing Zulrah and you're using a Sang Staff or a Shadow there, you have dragon arrows equipped, right? Could be a thing, right? So it's not as useful as, especially the end game PVMers. The people who have the Master and the Grandmaster combat achievements, they think it's useless because when am I going to use this?
Mm-hmm.
I have dragon arrows. That's literally the counterpoint, is that dragon arrows exist in the same spot. So we were kind of talking last night, maybe they add a new equipment slot. Maybe they add passive auras. I know I talk about Melvor quite a bit because I play it a lot, but they have a skill called Astrology that is just buffs. And every star that you study in astrology gives you buffs for different skills. And maybe they add like a passive skill buff. So maybe at 99 astrology, you unlock the Clue Chasers constellation.
Oh my gosh.
And then at 99,
so cool.
You buy an item, kind of like how they have it in OSRS. Like, God, not OSRS, RS3. What are they called? They're like new ability codexes, I think. Is that the word? RS3 players sound off and let me know. But they're expensive as dog shit. And they unlock new abilities to use in EOC with all like your crazy fire out of your ass combat that they have over there in RS3. Maybe you pay for that, and with a certain level, kind of like how you buy a Dexterous Prayer Scroll, right? You unlock this passive that like now all clue scrolls are a step shorter, or now all clue scrolls have a 20% increased drop chance, or maybe now all clues are stackable, right?
Ooh.
Maybe they're introducing global passives like that. That could be fun. That could be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Astrology would be
a neat skill.
Yeah, I think old school. I think it has potential to be Old School RuneScape's first skill, but to advertise it as that, knowing full well that every other skill you've pulled has failed, it seems like you're getting expectations up. Like, what's that TikTok audio? I hope you're hungry for nothing, or like reduce your expectations to 0 because. Yeah. I don't have faith in the community that we could pass a new skill. I would love a new skill. I'm not opposed, but I don't have my heart set that the new skill is the new thing.
Yeah.
Or the first new whatever. So I'm trying to broaden. I'm thinking maybe equipment passes. I made a joke on Twitter that like, I hope it's Old School RuneScape's first new combat update because frankly, the point and click is a bit stale and I think it's time we evolve. I had a little bit of fun with that on Twitter. But
so you have to remember the threshold has changed. 70% to pass.
That is
If
true.
you look
yeah.
at the last 3 times that they tried to
It didn't
poll,
warding fail at like 74.6 or something like that.
warding was very close.
Yeah.
So I don't know what Artisan came out to. And what was the other one? Sailing?
Sailing was a joke. I don't think sailing
I
was
don't know
actually
what
real.
sailing
Sailing
came out
was
to.
like an April Fool's joke.
So it with the 70%, it could happen. You just have to get past all those I don't want to be mean. You have to get past all those max players who don't want to give up their cape.
I deadass thought you were about to say you have to get past all those PvPers who are mad they don't get any updates. I was going to say, damn, Michael.
No. You have to get past all the max players who don't want to give up their cape. And I think we can do it. If we band together and
we can beat the
vote,
maxed accounts. We can beat the PvPers and the maxed accounts, boys, if we just vote for a new skill.
we can do it.
But yeah, I think because I was trying to think like we've already had both new expansions with Zaya. We've already had wilderness expansions. They're not going to touch combat as much as like, oh, it's going to be a new combat style. No, we've seen that song and dance before. How well did that go for us the last time? That's the whole goddamn reason we're here. I wouldn't expect them to add a new combat style or new combat skill. Summoning is probably off the table because even summoning in its like most dumbed down form would dramatically alter combat. Like people have said it before, like the addition of a pack yak in the Inferno would make that content significantly less difficult.
Well, they would have to like ban certain monsters places. Like you couldn't take summoning creatures into like you couldn't take it into the Inferno.
But
because that would just make it cheese.
But at that point it nullifies the skill because then when do you limit your DPS summon things? I didn't do a whole lot of summoning in RS3. My understanding of it is very vague, right? If you have, I almost said thralls, if you have creatures that you summon that do DPS, but they're locked out of Tob, TOA, Chambers, Nightmare, and Nex, what's the point? If you have pack yaks that hold different pieces of equipment for combat, but you lock it out of the Inferno, Theater of Blood, Hard mode, and Expert mode TOA, what's the point of having it there? Because that's when people are going to want to use it. You can use it for a second inventory and skilling. There's banks, dog.
I'm not saying lock it out of all high-level PVM because you can effectively come up with new metas that aren't game-changing for everything. But like the Inferno is so prestigious that they literally have a team of people that remove your cape if you bought it. Like what? They're not removing.
I literally was telling Immortal before I got the cape. I'm like, if they take my cape away for any reason, I need you to get me in contact with JMods immediately. Yeah. Because I will have a video of me completing it. Like it is not fake.
So they're not taking away people's raids rewards. They're not it's a different level.
I think the struggle with adding summoning in, I'm not a part of the high level PVM community. I just work here kind of thing. The struggle with that is at this point in the game's lifespan, there's not a lot of content for people who play this game religiously like the high level community does. That is very hard.
Right.
Look at a player like Jesse. We'll use him as an example. I know he loves when we talk about him on the podcast. Look at a player like Jesse. What do you think is hard for Jesse to do?
Rune crafting.
All right. Hold. There's no need to make it personal. What piece of PVM content do you think is hard for Jesse to do?
I mean,
no Pillar Inferno, maybe?
I don't know.
600 Invocation TOA, maybe? But like,
it's everything's hard, but he's very good at learning.
But that's what mechanics. I'm saying is hard for him.
Yeah.
Who is he's got a Zuck helm, very high level, right? Yeah. When you're talking about that caliber of player, Tob is no longer hard, Tob is mechanical. Hard mode, expert mode, Inferno is no longer difficult, it is mechanical. Look at a player like Dear Lola, ranked 2 in the Inferno. It's like hundreds of KC, right? He does not struggle with the Inferno anymore. He still makes mistakes, but like his Infernal cape runs are kind of like I don't know what's a good example. Your
fire
ability
cape?
to do it. No, your ability to complete a Slayer task, go kill 100 Bloodvelds, is about the same for that kind of a player.
Whoa.
You're gonna do it. You just have to get in there and do it, right?
Yeah.
When you add things like summoning that would, in a lot of ways, make it easier, then you have to start introducing content that is wildly difficult that requires summoning. That's the struggle, because then if you have to introduce something that takes extra damage or takes less damage from summoning thralls, or a piece of content where you need 28 extra brews from a pack yak, right? You're talking about like the Theater of Blood is child's play at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Because now what is at its base level the hardest piece of group content is completely nullified by summoning. Thralls do chip damage. Thralls are a little bit of extra DPS that don't really change the game. Occasionally you get a KO with a Thrall, but that's about it. But they do like 3 damage.
Yeah.
So I feel like you would have to scale up PVM encounters so much that all the endgame content that we have doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
All the money's going to be in the new content. All of the best gear is going to be in the new content. And then it's everything that exists will suddenly become dead content if you add summoning. And I think that's what worries me about adding it. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard. It's like there's a lot of balancing that needs to be done if we're specifically talking about summoning.
Or like
Summoning.
any combat edition, right?
Yeah.
Or expansion.
Because
Revolution.
You don't want to nullify, like you said, you don't want to nullify everything with one foul swoop, because that would eliminate a lot of the player base. And you don't want to change too much with one foul swoop that people just become like overwhelmed and quit. So it's very, very much a balancing act, I think.
Yeah, so I mean that's I don't know. I would like to think a new skill is what they've got on the docket that seems the most appropriate, but like maybe it's a completely new, maybe it's like a mount system. Maybe they've like added, maybe Varlamore, when they add that expansion, is so big that they finally make mounts. But there's like no teleports at Varlamore. You just have to ride your mount everywhere, and you can ride your mount in the main game. Maybe it's who knows? Maybe it's a mount system. Maybe they
I love that. Oh my gosh.
Old school RuneScape's
Horses.
first ever microtransactions, baby. I mean, people would burn Jagex to the ground.
They wouldn't riot Fowler. They would riot at Cambridge.
Yeah, it'd be bad. It'd be bad.
At Jagex HQ.
But yeah, I don't know. I think we could have a lot of fun with firsts. I think you're right. First new skill is gonna be what gets pitched. I don't 100% think it's gonna happen just because of their bad track record with new skills, but I think that's like the safest bet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would like to think it's something wild and crazy. New equipment passives, new mounts, new races. Maybe that could be fun.
Be neat.
Where you
Do they
can
even
play
have
as,
that
like,
in RuneScape 3?
No,
If you could play as
maybe
a
you can,
dwarf or like an elf or
dwarves, elves, orcs, shit like that.
yeah.
You know?
Go,
I don't
straight
mean like
D&D.
I don't mean like change your skin color. I mean like a new species of playable character.
Yeah. Like you
Like,
start
that
out
could be
with
fun.
Oh, wouldn't that be neat? Like if you had we're trying to get you guys to break, I promise. But
this
wouldn't it
is
be
the problem
cool
with speculation. We just get really excited really quick.
you have like a new species. So a dwarf would have a different set of skills or like a different XP multiplier in certain skills.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That would be such
insane.
a dramatic change to RuneScape. That'd be insane. Especially if it really became like a role playing game, and you'd have to give everyone the ability to, like, people who already play, like, would you like to change your race?
Yeah.
You get a one-time opportunity to change your race from human to something else.
Yes.
And once you change, there's no going back. And if you say no, there's no going back.
Yeah, you're
right?
stuck as human. So it'd be like
Which-
if you were a dwarf, you would have XP buffs in gathering skills. So like mining, not gathering skills, but like mining, smithing, all of the
crafting, things
Yeah.
like that. You know, maybe like orc, you get a strength boost. Human, you get like a prayer boost or something like that. Like there's all sorts of like fun XP boosts that kind of can like build your account in a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like that is at that point that's just a different game.
They could just make a new game.
That's
they really
that's
could.
a different game. Like
Yeah.
that's so far from what old school is. And
Yeah.
again, I don't want to sound like a boomer, but like that would be a lot. That it would be super cool. But if it was like race-based buffs to OSRS, it'd be out the window. This shit would be insane.
Yeah.
Like,
We're going to send you off, but before we do, I want to read something from Crayola in the recording booth chat. They said, Goblin Race, a permanent hammer on your character.
maybe it's old school RuneScape's first ever tool belt.
Hey.
Crayola
love
also
that.
mentioned a new god. So maybe there's new quests and new content with a new god. But the gods aren't coming back to Gielinor, so who knows?
Who knows? But with that, XP Wasters, I think it's time to send you off to break. We said it was going to be a quick one, and we lied.
We lied. We
So-
lied, as we always do. So
Every time. All right, guys. We'll see you after this.
see you.
Greetings. My name... Well, my name is not important. What is important is that I am a fur trader. I own and operate the fur stall in the greatest city of all of Gielinor. Ardugni. Let's just call it Artie. I own the fur stall in the greatest city of all of Gielinor, Artie. Whether you're looking for bear fur, wolf fur, or an assortment of other furs which I don't keep in stock, I've got you covered. Ugh, hold on. Can you stop running on my stall? Every day, it's the same thing. Inconsiderate lap junkies take it upon themselves to use my stall as part of their course. You know how many times I've had to repair this stall? 3 times, just this week. And the city guards are oblivious too. It really feels like all of their time is spent guarding the baker's stall and his cakes. Does all that theft bother me? Nah, I don't worry about it too much. My eyes are locked on my stall. No one's stealing anything on my watch. Huh? Yeah, furs. Anyway, if you're in the market for a fur, come on down to my stall. In the greatest city of all of Gielinor. Ardugni.
Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that commercial break because I know that I sure did. I did. It is now
I did too.
Thank you, Oxie. Glad you enjoyed it. It's now time for the part of the show where we give a shout out to our patrons who support us over at patreon.com/xpwaste. If you're in the KBD tier or the Wise Old Man tier, you receive a personal shout out each and every episode. And we do that because we love you all. We want to give a lovely shout out, starting with the Wise Old Man tier, 10,000 Slugs, Escape Caution, Andrew, Elagio, Armadillo, Balmer, Basket, Benjamin R, Pork Jerry, Bradley B, Bronzione, Buzz SS, Casper, Chris, Hadadbod, Christian, Cole, C. Gladney, Connor M, Creamed Ham, Dean R, Dean 709, Drum TXT, Duke Bradley, DWZK, D Falconer, Farmer Isaac, Fortimus, Francine 1225, Gecko, Hage, Poof Hearted, I'm a Great Guy, Fear Garden, Jack M, Jake aka Deathbeds, Jake W, Jerry, John Pounder, John S, Kevin B, Kiosk Bane, So Close, aka Kyle, Potato Pancake, Posh Padre, Mag Morpheus, Miamo Poppy, Mig Roll, Mike Oxmall, Mima, Moist Sean, Nasty MFer, Nick My Neck, 999999, Ninja Turtle Ruby, Obsidian Paladin, Old Mate Dial, Old Nikya, Okami Damashi, Ice, Hualo, Purple Knight, Are You Swole, Real Crazy, Reclinatus, Root Tiggert 35, Ressa Fury, Salted Snail, Soggy Waffles, Shadow, Skalaxon, Sholdveg, Slay Oxus, Solaire OS, Tankneek, The Chungaroo, The Rep Dog, THG Bang, Thormac, Troll, Mr. Two Tick, T-Pace, Underwear, Valdon, Weird Panda number 1, and Zach without a K. That is so many of you, and we thank you so much.
That's a lot of patrons. Yeah, god damn.
Wiselow Man Tier, you are absolutely carrying this Patreon. We appreciate you so much. Last but not least, we want to give a shout out to our KBD tier folks. Your support is immense, and we thank you so much. Starting out with Aaron, a guy named Spari, Bloodman, aka Young Kyle, Broke70, Oxie's dad, my dad, all of our dad, Dicky Bird, Evasive Ebu, GIM Stones, Imby Jones, it kind of rhymes but not intentionally, Kroll, the Lord Jake himself, Mark, aka I Steam, Rylithian, SatanBot666, Seth Shep, Scuba92, Spartan Fire, the Big G Jordy, the Crayola Crayon, and Toast No Toast. Thank you so much to everybody who supports us over on Patreon. If you would like to join, we have many tiers starting all the way from $1 to $25. And you can find us at patreon.com/Xpwaste. Just some perks, to name a few, would be early access to our merch store, where you can find your Merry Xpwaste sweaters designed by me, baby. It features everybody's favorite capes, the fire cape and the infernal cape somewhere on here. So.
The green infernal cape is weird to look at. I will admit it's weird to see, but it's pretty cool. Michael did a kick-ass job doing these shirts. So tell him GZ on kick-ass shirts, and I guess they're super cool designs. But yeah.
But yeah, you get early access to merch. Sometimes we throw a discount out there too. You'll have access to extra episodes. You'll have access to the recording booth. If you have heard us mention it before, you can join us for the recording session. We have a dedicated chat channel where you can interact with us. We'll read off some of your messages sometimes. Generally a good time. I think the most people I've seen in the recording booth for one recording session was like 16 people. And it was unhinged, and it was amazing.
I thought it was that's for a normal episode. Yeah, I think episode 50 when we opened up the recording booth chat to everybody. That was nuts. That was a different level of wow, there's a lot of people in here.
Yeah, if you'd like to join again, patreon.com/Xpwaste. We'll see you over there. Now would normally be the time when we go into the community question, but we didn't actually have a planned community question for the ranking the bosses episode, but Anchor and Spotify or whatever, they just added one to there because I guess if you don't add one, there's just one by default now, which is kind of cool. It gets people talking. But the question was simply, what did you think about this episode?
Oh God,
which is kind of funny.
This is man.
So it was the ranking RuneScape bosses part 2, because we are so against or for capitalism. I can't remember what we said. Anyway, we gave it to you guys. It was the long-awaited part 2 to the most popular episode to date. We can get into that here in just a second, because I know that we want to talk about Spotify Wrapped. But this was an interesting one. So the question was simply, what did you think about this episode? Chris says, I really enjoyed it, especially as someone who only just stepped foot into PVM. Would love something similar for ranking the mini games, like Castle Wars or Trouble Brewing.
Oh, that's our December extra episode, baby. Mini game.
So here's what we would have to do, though. We would have to physically do the mini game. We would have to go and play an actual round. Give it your
that would
your
be a
college
fun
try, and then we come back and we rank it.
Okay.
Seymour says, I enjoyed it more once I realized there was video. Seeing the chart was much more engaging. That's a little thing. If you guys aren't aware, we can actually add our video to Spotify. We don't do it all the time. I've done it for the last 2 episodes because obviously the last one was visual heavy because it had a chart. It had like the actual ranks. And then the one before that, we were in this office together. So I did that one. We may continue to add the video to Spotify just because it can be, a different way to see us. I don't know. Oxie and I haven't really talked about it. The last time we had this conversation, it was like, we don't really like it, but things have changed. So
I think the issue was last time is that like they weren't running ads. So you guys know the anchor ad that plays in between the main title content and the extra, like the second little segment. That's an actual ad. Like that is Anchor our podcast distributor pays us to do that. And they have for a long time. But in video podcasts, they didn't allow that to happen. But I think now you can insert ad.
You can add ads now. So I think we're in the clear.
Yeah, that's one of the big reasons. So I mean, if there's ever an episode we feel is like visual heavy that we want you guys to see, we can do that now. So yeah, now there's always potential. And if you guys overwhelmingly across the board want video podcasts and we get enough of you saying it, maybe we can do video all the time. But we'll see, I guess.
If you don't see a video on Spotify, it was probably intentional. So it's not like
always
it's
one on
broken.
YouTube.
Always good. Yeah, you can always go to YouTube if you want to see what's happening. Caleb says, Michael flip-flopping on how he rates bosses in the last 10 minutes after giving a passionate argument makes me want to pull my beard out, and that's saying a lot. Honestly, Caleb, I'm so sorry. We did this episode. It's okay. From where we are right now in the year, it's actually closer to the 1-year anniversary than to us actually recording it, if that makes sense. Like, it was so long ago, I don't remember what you're talking about. I would need to go back and listen to it. But I guess I flip-flopped, and I apologize. Thank you for that feedback. I'll be more likely to, ignore that and do what I want in the future.
I was gonna say, don't listen to him. He's not changing shit. Don't listen to him.
Oh, and lastly, I love that. Thank you for the feedback. I appreciate it. Lastly, Taco Dog says, the link between these two makes me think that Oxie and Michael were separated at birth. I love listening to them. We were separated at birth.
How cute.
So
yes,
nice.
I am Michael's biological mother.
He's my mom.
That is how that works.
My mom. So that was it for the community question, guys. We're going to go a little bit into the future because it hasn't happened yet, right? But I want to know, what was your most, what did you love most about the Winter Summit release?
I say we ask him, what do you think is going to happen? And then we go back and see who gets it right.
Ooh, okay.
I like that one. I say see how good are you guys at predicting shit?
That could work too. Okay, let's do that. The community question for this week is, what do you think is going to be on the docket for the Winter Summit? I don't know how to ask that without just saying, hey, what are your expectations for the Winter Summit? Obviously, you have to answer this question within the first 2 days that the episode comes out. Otherwise, maybe you hadn't seen the Winter Summit yet, and maybe you can still answer it. If you want to, it'll be in the community questions section on Spotify or the pinned comment on YouTube.
And all of those both platforms have date stamps, so you can't be like, oh, they're announcing a new skill, Pog. I'm so smart. We'll know when you posted it. But yeah, that might be fun. Make you guys do a little speculation right alongside us. See how it goes. But
Wishy. So we kind of talked about it a little bit. We may not have actually talked about it in the actual episode.
Well, I think we maybe mentioned it briefly in the first half, but this week for me has been overwhelmingly positive. I have gotten more DMs in game on Discord about the Infernal Cape than I may have ever gotten in my entire life. The amount of people who I've had congratulate me, even just as I'm existing. I'm just existing around clan members. And they're like, holy shit, Oxie got his Infernal Cape. That's so exciting. I am not a huge fan of positive feedback, but it's been nice because like it's so good to have it done, right? That the positive feedback has actually felt good. Another form of positive feedback that we've gotten an absolute shitload of. So by the time this episode comes out, it will be what, like 2-ish weeks ago, maybe. But
yeah, probably
because it was this week right now, but like relatively recently, Spotify Wrapped came out for everyone, and it is nuts. I can get the stats. Do you have them pulled up, Michael, or no?
I tried to look. They're not on the app anymore, unfortunately.
I've got screenshots. So
okay,
it's gonna be a little bit of a humble flex because we're just gonna do that because we have the right to do that. So according to, because when you get your Spotify Wrapped, right, it shows what your favorite artists were, what your top podcast was. Yeah, it's stuff like that. We've had so many people in Discord mention how we're either in their top 3 or 5 or their number 1. It's been kind of humbling to see, like, god damn, we are so many in people's like top numbers. It's like I said, it's a bit of a humble flex, but like it's so cool to watch. Xpwaste was my number 1 listen to podcast, even as someone who doesn't listen to podcasts a whole lot. It was still mine, so that's fun. But no, we created, apparently according to Spotify, 5,006 minutes of content, right? We're in the top 5% of most podcasts shared globally, but I'm not sure how big of a flex that actually is.
I think that might be in our category.
So
yeah,
like that might be
or whatever.
Yeah, it might be in our category. Top 5% of most followed podcasts, which again, not entirely sure if that's a mega flex.
Which is a good transition to say, hey, we want to be the number 1 followed podcast. So go follow us on Spotify. It's very simple. You click the little 3 dots and you say follow. It's kind of like a free subscription on YouTube, like free subscribing. It just means that you'll get notified when we drop an episode if you follow us. So if you haven't done so and you listen to us on Spotify, make sure you follow.
Yeah. We've done the content creator thing. We told you guys to like the video, hit the bell, do all that. It gave you guys a listener profile. So it said, what are Xpwaste listeners like exactly? And it said, your podcast personality is the enthusiast. So your listeners are super fans. When their favorite podcast releases a new episode, they're among the first to know, going above and beyond to show their support. I could not have worded that better myself if I tried, because that is absolutely correct, right? Our rating average is 4.8 over the year, and that is absurd. This final bit is nuts, right? We are in the top 10 podcasts for 6,248 people, the top 5 podcasts for 4,682 people, and the number 1 podcast for 1,403 people. That's more people than we have subscribed to our YouTube channel. That's more people than we have in our Discord.
Yeah.
1,403 people. We are the number 1 podcast. With me being one of them. Michael, I don't think, was it your number 1 or no?
So I don't listen to podcasts on Spotify. So if Apple did a Wrapped,
they do. I've heard it's so bad.
Oh,
I've heard
I need to check that
Apple
out.
Wrapped one. Oh, I've heard it's so bad.
I need to check it out. I don't know that it would be. I don't know that we would be number 1 because I listen to like the Wilderness podcast and like Dorks and Daggers.
Will you listen to podcasts is the thing.
Sometimes, yeah, and not much now that I work from home. But like when I was out driving, I would be a
all the
podcast
time.
fiend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So even if it's just like Michael and I in our close circles, that's what, maybe 15 people tops from just Michael and I, but I doubt that. That's all you guys. A 1,400 number 1, that is all you guys listening. So it is a bit of a humble flex because, like, god damn, you guys, that's wild. I saw these stats and I was blown away. The day Spotify Wrapped came out, it was all over the place. So many people were sending how they have us in their number 1. It was so cool to listen to. So yeah, just a massive thank you to all of you guys, because this has been an awesome experience.
Yeah.
We're
like in the top 5 with names like Sebe and Jimmy's podcast and the Wilderness and Lumbridge Lounge and all of these people who are doing RuneScape content. Like, we're among those. So it's very humbling to see. Like, thank you guys. Thank you so much.
As from the depths and the trenches of our warm hearts, what a turn of phrase. Thank you. You guys are fantastic. You guys are the reason why we are here, and you guys do an awesome job, truly. So thank you guys so much. Spotify Wrapped has been a shit ton of fun.
I'll try and update you guys on when I find this Apple Wrapped that apparently is a thing, where Xpwaste stands, because I listen to it, but I listen to it on Apple. I don't listen to it on Spotify. Maybe I should. Maybe I should just like totally switch to Spotify as my podcast platform, because I want to have a cool Wrapped. Like, most of my Spotify Wrapped was music that I have on in the background when I'm working. So it's like, you're a real big jazz enthusiast. Am I? Dude,
I really? I got that. That when I was streaming, like when I streamed regularly, I was in like the top 0.0001% of Harris Heller's listeners for years.
Yes.
Because I put his lo-fi on in the background, or it would be like, exactly, if it wasn't lo-fi, it was copyright-free jazz music all the time.
Yep.
Like,
I'm still in one of Harris. Like, look, it says the top artist, Stream Beats by Harris Heller.
Yeah, 21 Pilots is on there. That's pretty cool.
Bill Murray, which is copyright free. Harry Styles, which I love. Paramore, which I love. And 21 Pilots.
There are three guys crashing me at this boss right now at KBD. Being crashed by what I can only assume are a group of Group Iron Men.
Oh, no.
They all look like mega noobs. They might be main accounts. Who knows? I'm just going to sit here and attack the boss. I'm on task. I don't care.
Here's another fun stat that I screenshotted. It says 95% of your listeners discovered you in 2022. So this year has been huge, where, out of 1,000 people, 950, this is just a number, like 950 joined the Xpwasters this year. That's crazy. We didn't do a lot of, like, we had maybe, I don't know, like 30 something episodes last year, because that was the first year we did it. So this year it's been huge.
Yeah, I think we had 42 episodes, something like that. So I was like, man, we didn't get 52. And I'm like, of course we didn't get 52. We took a lot of weeks off. Like, that'd be kind of absurd. But Spotify Wrapped has been a lot of fun. You guys are awesome too. So
thank you so much.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
Is it time now for the achievement of the week?
I do believe, it is time, for Achievo of the week. I think the Crashers are also leaving KBD, which is fun.
I love this minute-by-minute update.
Yeah, I have it pulled up. I did it beforehand because Michael said he was sick and wanted a short episode. So I'm like, I'm going to do him a favor. I'm going to get this done. So, we're going to kick things off this week. 2 disclaimers we need to throw out. Number 1, it is not Achievement of the Week. It is Achievement of the last 3 weeks, because we haven't done an Achievement of the Week in a long time. Number 2, I originally had this planned out and done so that Michael could get done with the podcast sooner because he's sick. But unfortunately, I'm kind of a dumbass and just forgot to do an entire week. So I had to go back and do that whole week and use that same time after I'd already pre-prepared to do everything. So now I post prepared for all the shit that we have to do for Achievement of the Week. I wondered why Achievement of the Week looked so average this week after 3 weeks. It's because I forgot a bunch of content. So the disclaimer there is, if you didn't get shouted out, I sincerely apologize. I think I'm gonna get everyone. I really think we're all gonna be good. We're all gonna be safe, and we're all gonna have a great time, kind of thing. I think we're gonna be fine, but I am going to start things off with miscellaneous achievements, and I feel like this is where we're gonna land in some hot water, because we're gonna be talking about quest capes. I feel like it's all the capes that are gonna get us in trouble: 99 capes, quest capes, and fire capes. So if we don't get all these correct, I sincerely apologize. If you posted it somewhere that isn't levels and achievements, I also apologize, because I'm not going to see it. I'm not going to see it if it's not in levels and achievements. So to kick off this week's Achievement of the Week, I think it kicks it off anyways. So kicking things off with the quest capes this week, we have Samo, not 100% sure. Samo, WV Mountain Man, Eisenberg, Root Tigert 35, Toilet, Kiosk Bane, and Broix 70 all got their first quest capes within the span of this achievement of the week quarterly period, or whatever it is, achievement of the month, pretty much. As far as other miscellaneous are concerned, we have Gambler, aka Sabretooth in the clan, got his music cape, as did Spite Leech. Two pretty significant achievements, because you got to do a lot of stuff to get a music cape. Congratulations to both of you. Rounding out the miscellaneous category again, we have everyone's favorite black boaterless clue scroll hunter, Mima, who completed 3,000 medium clues, at least. Probably more by now, but 3,000, that milestone. Still no black boater. Tons of ranger boots. No black boater. It's the last item he needs for the log. He's having a really hard time getting it. So hopefully December brings Mima some good luck and he gets out of that hell, you know? So going into skilling, right? Moving from miscellaneous into skilling. I really hope I don't miss anyone. I really hope. There are so many people.
Crossed.
I really hope I don't miss anyone. If I did from these last 3 weeks, I sincerely apologize. But we're just going to go down the list of 99s. We've got Jark. Yark? Jarch. Don't know how to say your name. Jark with 99 farming. We have KKJ133 with 99 cooking and 99 farming. We have Habitat with 99 herblore. My boy Taco Manian, Taco with 99 wizard, 99 magic. Mr. Tootick also got 99 magic. What are you doing, stepmom? Which I always read as word stepmom for some reason, the way you have it written out. Got 99 woodcutting. Broix 70, making his second appearance on Achievement of the Week. He got 99 prayer. My boy Dean 709 got 99 cooking, something I'm pretty sure he was working on during bingo as well, which is pretty sweet. We have Hyla got 99 hunter. Good to hear from Hyla again. I feel like I haven't heard from him in a while. Gumby got 2 99s with 99 smithing and 99 construction. Fairy got 99 strength and 99 hunter. Combobulation got 99 mage. Tanto Tricks got 99 HP. Gecko got 99 rune crafting and is currently sitting at 2276 total level. Max party TBD, I suppose. Jessica, or Nova Proatia, not 100% sure how to say that one, but that's her name in the clan. She got 99 fletching, first ever 99. Busco Beep got 99 cooking today. Congratulations to you. Woo. Elusive Ibu got 99 rune crafting. Shadow got 99 fishing. I'm Dicky got 99 fishing as well. Purple Knight got 99 fire making. Kyle got 99 wood cutting. Kyle as in so close Kyle, not just a random Kyle, right? Lord Maticus got 99 crafting and 1900 total level. Cole, formerly known as Cuddy Montage, I think, but now known as Talk Hole, which is pretty cool, got 99 fletching and 2K total. Rounding out the total levels, we have Silky and Trillo, who Trillo specifically requested today to be shouted out because he didn't post it in levels and achievements like a mumpty. They both got 2K total as well.
Yo, hold on. Talk Cole, a.k.a. Cole, 2,200 total. You said 2K
That's
total.
2,200 total?
2,200 total.
Oh, man, I can't read. That's awesome. Congratulations,
I can't
man.
read.
2,200. I can't read.
Sorry to cut you off.
No, that's good. Glad you cut me off, man. I apologize if I didn't get your name, man. I'm hoping I got everyone. I really am. Somebody in the clan posted like 7 pictures of construction because they were doing mahogany tables. For the life of me, I don't remember who it was. And I don't remember if I shouted them out for 99 construction. But whoever was doing a lot of mahogany tables and suffering through it with your fingers, congratulations to you. Then I'm pretty sure in these last 3 weeks, our Grandmaster Jesse has also gotten several 99s, but refuses to post about any of them because he's just trying to get a max cape and doesn't give a shit about the parties. Lastly, combat. So we have a lot of first fire capes and first Zulras and first gauntlets. I'm so sorry if I missed someone, right? For fire capes, we have the Lissy, Big Dog Larry, Root Tigger 35 with another appearance on Achievement of the Week. Clout 9, who I believe got it on his Iron Man, Group Iron Man, maybe his first ever, not 100% sure. Iron Fear got his. Tuck, apparently Ghost, got his first fire cape. And our boy Thormac, the man himself who went in there with a bone crossbow and like the worst range gear ever, got his first fire cape in his last 3 weeks. It's always big to see that. Congratulations to you guys. Good cape. For Zulrah, Kiosk Bane got his first Zulrah KC and his second appearance on Achievement of the Week, I'm pretty sure. Do we have any triples? I don't think we do this week. Kiosk Bane with his first Zulrah, and Silky with his second appearance as well for his first Zulrah. Blastoise level 99 got his first gauntlet, and I think that rounds out most of the firsts. Most of them. Gecko achieved easy and medium combat achievements on his GIM for the first time, right? And our boy Kyle, so close, achieved hard combat diaries on his main account, the Iron Man, his main Iron, his account. He got hard diaries done. We have a couple of kits as well. Our boy Shadow making his second appearance. We got a lot of doubles this week. No triples. Nobody in all 3 categories. I can't wait to see that. We get a week where somebody does something in all 3 categories. Shadow got his Missouri crafting kit, as did Elusive Ebu. And then 2277, that's his name, not a number. That's his name. 2277 received his Cursed Phalanx, aka Osmumten's Fang recolor kit, which is pretty impressive. That is not the end of the Achievement of the Week. I have said for a long time, and people have asked me to do it, and people have told me to do it. For the first and only time I will ever be shouted on an Achievement of the Week, I got my Infernal Cape this week, and it feels good. But I'm not the only one. There is another. Technically, there are 2 others.
There's another.
Right? An old friend of mine discreetly DM'd me recently and said, it's time for you to get yours, because he got his Infernal Cape. I would get mine later that day. And longtime supporter of the podcast, an old and great friend of ours, the Lord Jake himself, got his Infernal Cape like 10 minutes before I started the run where I got mine. He DM'd me and is like, it's done. And I was so excited that he got it done. So my Infernal Cape has a twin. And he has a 10-minute faster PB than me, and I'm kind of pissed off about it because I spent 10 minutes looking at the Steam Cyber Monday sale and milked specs the entire time. And I would have had a faster PB than Jake, but instead I stood behind a pillar and bought myself some DLCs and used my Eldritch spec. It doesn't matter. It's not important. Congratulations to you, Jake, and Discreetly for achieving the best in slot melee cape and completing arguably the most difficult piece of content in old school RuneScape. Hands down the most difficult solo piece of content, unless you want to get like, oh, no Pillar Inferno solo top. Like, nope, as it is, Inferno is the hardest, right? So congratulations to you guys. Congratulations to everyone who has shouted on Achievement of the Week. If I didn't catch you this week, I sincerely do apologize. I will try to have my shit together in 2 weeks when we release another episode, so we don't miss anybody. But I'm hoping I didn't miss anyone this week. Congratulations to you guys. You guys are awesome. It's fun to do Achievement of the Week again. It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. If you do something awesome and you want to be shouted out by name on the show, join our Discord. Post it in levels and achievements if you do something cool. It's the #1 place that I specifically go for these shoutouts. So Quest Capes, Fire Capes, Infernal Capes, First KCs, 99s, levels and achievements is the spot for them. We have a lot of other cool stuff too. VCs that are constantly full of people, which is really good, but also kind of stressful as a bit of an introvert myself. But overall, it's really good. A lot of awesome channels. Come hang out. Come get to know people. I've kind of, it's a running joke with myself that all roads end at TNL because I feel like eventually, whenever we meet people, eventually they come into the server. And eventually, you guys in the community do such a good job welcoming them. They just don't ever go anywhere else.
Right.
So,
right.
All roads end at TNL, I suppose. At least that's the way I see it. So come hang out. Come get to the end of the road at TNL and join the best RuneScape Discord server in the world. I think it's time for the fun question, Michael.
I think you're right. Do you have one?
No, I thought you had one.
I looked for one, but there's no fresh content in our. So we're gonna do the age-old thing where we pull one from the CC. That's another fun perk of being in the clan chat, is an occasionally we'll ask you. I say occasionally because if we're not being fed fun questions via postcards and there's nobody posting them in our fun questions chat, we will look to you. So, Oxie, do you want to post in the clan chat? He did. Now we wait. While we're waiting for that answer, if I don't end up cutting this out, I have received 662k cooking XP just while we're recording. If I was going for 99 cooking, this would take me literally like 3 days. This is so fast. I love cooking sharks.
What a man. What a man.
And just like that, we got one. So this one comes straight from the CC. Somebody who's brand new, by the way, from the looks of their rank. Slug Job says, if you had to take a boss to prom, who would it be and why? And I assume they mean a old school RuneScape boss. Who would it be and why? Do you have any
Who would it be and why?
right off the top of your head?
Off the top of my head,
Off the dome.
the first thing that popped up probably would be Fizani's Nightmare. I feel
Okay.
like she'd make for an interesting prom date. Like, I don't know if that would be a good prom date,
Yeah.
but I feel like that would make interesting conversation, at least at prom. You know what I'm saying? Like, that would surely make interesting conversation at prom.
Yeah. Like conversation about her, or she would be interesting to talk to.
Yes. Maybe just period, you know?
Okay. I think right off the dome, I think the Cowfight Queen would be my choice. Because A, she's already a queen, so we're securing prom king and queen spots right off the bat. Can't argue with royalty. And assuming we're also not going to like a high school prom, because that seems a little weird, but like this is a prom where you can drink legally. We're both over 21. And she has a second form. So like we party, the night goes on, the first form is shed, and then you get it like a rebirth. You get a second form, and the party continues. You go to Waffle House with the bug, and you get like 3 a.m. food, and the party just continue. I don't know. I was homeschooled, so like I didn't do the prom thing that most high schoolers did. I had a prom. It was called homeschool prom, and it was lit. And a lot of the parents
stop
were
right
the
there.
chaperones, and like they put it on, and like it was a big thing. I don't know if anybody was homeschooled in Texas, but yeah, they rented out like this entire ballroom in Dallas. There's not thousands, probably hundreds.
I was like, all 6 kids that showed up probably had a great
hundreds
time.
of homeschool kids. Like they had a theme. It was really cool. No, Cowfight Queen. I think honestly though, maybe everybody wants to say Zilly. Zilliana's just hot, right? She's like the hot boss. If we're talking about female characters who are a boss, but like Verzik? Question mark?
God damn. He said if she ain't 280 and have a bloodlust to fucking kill me, she ain't a lady. You know what I'm saying? God damn.
I don't know. It's really hard to like
God damn.
put an attraction level to bosses.
Clearly not. I don't know, man.
Oh, that was a good question. That was a good one. That's short but good. Do you have any other ones?
I think Crayola makes a good point in the chat. Verzik for Night at the Theater.
Yeah, like pre-spider version Verzik.
Yeah,
In the cutscenes.
What's up, baby? Still wants to kill me, but like, she's not a spider that
Hell
is
yeah.
14 feet tall and trying to tear me in half. You know, Cerberus might be a fun prom date.
Okay.
Just hang out with a dog all night, you know? Not in like that way, literally like just You bring your dog to
It's
prom.
like Clifford.
Kind
know?
of.
You ride on their back right into prom. I don't know. It's
You have
unhinged.
to make that noise.
Oh no. Oh no.
Wow, truly an unhinged question. Thank you for that. Who sent that, by the way? We got to
Slug-
give a name shout
We
out.
did. It was
Slug Job.
Slug Job. Thank you so much.
Slug Job.
If you're listening
Thank you,
to this
Slug
episode.
Job.
Yep.
Because we're not telling you in the CC if we
no.
picked your question. We're just mega vague about it. So thank you, man.
Just
thank
like
you.
in and out. Just leave it. Okay. So if you guys want to send us a fun question, you can send it to us. I know my DMs are open. I will generally take a fun question via DMs. But if you want to DM us on Instagram, on Twitter, send it to us via email, in Discord, post it in
Michael
our
loves the
Xpwaste
email.
chat. I do love the email. I send Oxie all the screenshots of all the ones that he doesn't read. So, or our most preferred method is to send us a postcard with the fun question on it.
Which is a big ask. And if it's not possible, you can post it in our Discord.
That's
But,
true.
Like,
If you want to send me like a virtual postcard, that would be fun. I'll print it out. I'll put it on the wall if it's a virtual postcard. Anyway, I digress. Thank you guys so much for listening. From the bottom of our hearts, going back to the Spotify rap thing, thank you. We wouldn't be able to do this without you guys. You are why we have this show. Otherwise, it would just be me and Oxie talking into very expensive microphones. And
which is nothing more than a Discord call on a Tuesday night.
that's very true. So, yeah, without you guys, we wouldn't keep doing this. So, we're going to keep doing this as long as it's relevant. And that should be a while. So, thank you so much. If you want to support the show, you can subscribe if you're on YouTube, leave a comment, drop a like. If you're on Spotify, we just learned you can follow us. And I think you should. Hit the little 3 dots, hit follow. I think you can rate the show if you're on Spotify as well. That definitely helps. Rate the show if you're on Amazon. Not Amazon, Apple. Amazon? Why did I say Amazon? Anyway, if you've made it this far in the episode, give Oxie a shout out. Say GZ on the Inferno Cape. We love you guys. And we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Pause. We'll see you in 2 weeks because during the month of December, we take off every other week so as to not get burned out in this busy holiday season. So we won't see you next week, but we'll see you the week after. And then the next episode will be in the new year when we'll do Xpwaste year in review. All right, guys. Now,
Or is that gonna be next week?
maybe next week. Maybe next week's the week in review.
Year in review might be next
2
week.
weeks
We're
from
not
now,
sure.
but
yeah,
we'll figure it out.
Might be 2 weeks from now. Might be 2 weeks from now. Yeah, we'll see.
At any rate, you guys will know because it's in the title. And that's where I'm going to leave you. Have a great 2 weeks. We'll catch you guys later. Bye.
Bye, everyone.